Uh-oh, that's Daddy O.
Okay.
Power 4.4 radio.
Listen, this Pop again. I've had the experience of doctors giving me a prescription, and the second doctor told me a different prescription, and then I had a third doctor to say don't do anything. So I went back to the first doctor, and I think that's what you need to do. Go back to the prescribing doctor because that's your primary.
Okay.
So would you say? Would you say?
Always go back to your primary.
Always go back
because
to the
primary initiates you going to a second opinion or a third opinion. So you got to go with the primary who first diagnosed what is wrong.
So in other words, Daddy O, you're saying go to your healthcare provider.
Always to your primary healthcare provider because they are the initialing physician.
Now, suppose the second doctor gives you better news than the first doctor. What would you do?
It don't matter whether one gives you the better news or what. The first doctor is the who initiates you going to get a second opinion. So you got to go back to the first doctor again because the second doctor might say you need surgery, and the first doctor said you don't need surgery. It don't matter. You got to go back to your original health care provider.
He's that original healthcare provider.
All right.
Hands down.
You always got to go back.
Always have. What would you do, Mike?
What?
What would you do, Michael Jr.?
He wouldn't go to the doctor at all.
Well, he's getting a little bit better, I think.
I like that perspective, personally, going back to the original doctor. Also, I like what Jay says as far as see how you're feeling.
Mm-hmm.
See what process you're making as well.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I think if you get enough opinions, you can kind of see what you think is the best.
Right.
And that's the example I gave. That's what Mr. Kawhi Leonard is. Some other NBA players do. I'm pretty sure somebody like LeBron or Anthony Davis probably does similar things as well.
Good insight. Good insight.
Yeah, Daddy O said you wouldn't go to a doctor. So what would you be your?
You know what? Why y'all always calling me out?
Hey, well, I'm just asking what would be your.
I have a lot of medical professional friends that I could probably call and consult with them about the situation as well. But, you know, in all seriousness, I don't know. I think I would go with the doctor that gives me more favorable information. And that's being honest.
Well,
I would look
how would you determine what's favorable?
Something I want to hear.
How would you know that, Mike?
Something that I want to hear.
I think that's probably the worst thing to do. I think at least what I say is it might not be the best, but I believe it might be the third best or the second best thing. Just seeing all the information you can gather on your health situation. But I really liked Jay's answer too, as far as see how you're feeling. You see how you're feeling, and he Mr. Braxton Senior is technically all right. At least on a medical stance.
Yes.
He's technically right,
so
legally
right. Agree with him and not with
No,
me.
that's the thing. I slightly disagree, but I slightly that's the thing. Two things can be true. I slightly disagree, but what he's saying is technically right.
Okay. Wow.
He's just gonna disagree with you.
So he
going with Daddy O.
He always be taking my spotlight. No,
Man, you lucky Mr. J got morals, because when you came a couple minutes late, I was like, you need me to start off real quick?
He did.
But
My son would not take the advice of the first doctor or the second doctor. He'd go to the store, and get some Robitussin and drink some Robitussin and think everything is going to be all right.
What's the other stuff you used to say?
Absorbing June.
Sorbine.
Yeah.
Sorbine Junior. That's what you got. It's pain, but you got some air on your inside. Robitussin, you good.
And a little Vicks.
Well, you can just swallow it, but you can't do that.
Put a little Vicks on your chest.
Oh God.
And open your body up.
I mean, that is a huge question. Believe it or not, do you go with the first doctor or the second doctor? Daddy-O says go with the original prescriber.
Mm-hmm.
Go with the original doctor that you had an ailment and a discussion with.
Which is technically medically correct. Technically medically correct. I want to add that.
Okay. Now that's 2 against 1.
I think he took your job, Mike.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? Whose side you on, Jay?
I'm going off of how I actually feel. So, because nobody knows your body more than you. So if you feel as though it's something that you can't bear, and you might need to go for a third opinion, but you got to rationalize with all opinions and figure out what's best for you.
So you saying that the first doctor is not credible?
Well, I'm saying the first doctor just told me take two Tylenols and call me in the morning. The second doctor said I need to operate on you, and the third doctor, I want X-rays at this point because I want to see where's the tear or where's the malfunction that I need to look at.
So that means you'll stop going to the first doctor.
No, I just think sometimes that you get used to your primary care doctor, and they don't fully understand that your body changes as time goes on. They're still used to the old you, like, because I can go to the doctors right now and they'll tell me, "Oh, you're fine, clean bill of health. Oh, you're very healthy." But I'll be feeling like, "Oh man, I'm out of breath. I can barely walk up these steps." So I just think you need a second opinion, because like right now, my wife, she has a primary care doctor that the only thing they do is give her an asthma prescription, but at the same time, she's not feeling correctly. She's still like feeling like problems. I say, man, you might want to go to a second opinion.
What she needs to do is change her primary.
Right. Exactly.
Your primary not providing you with good service, then you got to go somewhere that's providing you better. I had a doctor. I've been going to this man for like 2 years. Well, it's a new doctor, 2 years. And I just didn't like his attitude, how he was treating me. Mm-hmm. I tell him one thing and he tells me something else, and I didn't like that. So I researched, and I found a very good physician, and she takes very good care of me. Doctors only have a few moments. I know they got a certain time to talk with you or treat with you. Mm-hmm. So they're in a hurry. So I usually write things down like the old folks do.
Yeah, I think
he said he write things down like the old folks.
Yeah, because some primary care doctors will tell you to go take some Robitussin and you'll be fine in a couple days.
So here's the question. So if you don't like what the first or second doctor says to you, would you go to a specialist after that?
I feel like you would need to.
Right, but the specialist